on Harbaugh. That seems to be a situation right now that's up in the air, where both sides will meet and discuss after the season what they want to do and what direction they want to go. He is the second longest tenured coach in the National Football League, 18 years. And I think there should be more conversation about Harbaugh, less about Tomlin, but we're still leaning safe right now on John Harbaugh until those conversations occur, and we'll see what comes out of them this offseason.
So to be clear, those feel like there'll be conversations. They won't just be, come out into the office and we're making a change here.
I don't expect either one to get fired,
right.
If that's what you're saying.
That's my point. Those are sort of unique circumstances. Staying in the division, how about Kevin Stefanski in Cleveland?
This obviously is a situation where we ultimately believe he'll be out. This is a two-time Coach of the Year, somebody who still will want to coach, somebody who's got a lot of energy. And if and when the Cleveland Browns move on from him, as I would expect would be the case, I believe he'll automatically become a candidate for the New York Giants, for the Tennessee Titans, and he will be one of the more sought-after candidates in this head coaching cycle if and when Cleveland moves on from him, which I expect.
And they coach today against Zach Taylor and the Bengals. What is his status?
The feeling around the league is that Zach Taylor is going to be safe.
Hello and welcome to Sports Spin. I'm Sun-EB7. Thank you for joining. Now watch me spin it. Okay, you saw the video up at the front. And while this video is not about bragging or boasting, I'm not shy about saying I told you. And the reason being, it's not because it makes me look good or it make me look like a genius. It's frustrating to see something and be of a very minority that sees it. And to me, this was obvious. Those two was not going to be able to work together. And for whatever reason, I ain't placing no blame. It is what it is. We knew those two was not going to be able to work together, and somebody had to go. I personally wanted Shedeur to go. I wanted him to go to a different team. If they can't handle their business, why would you want to play with them? But I knew they wasn't going to let him go because it would be silly. They paid the least amount for him. He's the best quarterback that was in that 7-quarterback room, and they're about to cash in. Not only that, the jersey sales. Everybody want to yell fifth round pick. Why is this jersey the most sold jersey in the United States or maybe even the world? Why? Yeah. See, I said it in the last video. All this posturing about, he's a 5th round pick. What that really means is you're lying or you don't know football. Clearly that's not a 5th round pick. We all know that. Now, even the novices know it now. But some of us that watch football, that know football, that play football, we know that with no 5th round pick, and we knew it when you said it. But you said it anyway. It wasn't me you was concerned about. It was the masses, the people who would believe that crap. However, I digress. All I'm saying is nothing against Stefanski, even though I have a problem with a guy who can't do his job regardless. I'm sorry. If you have a job to do, you should do that job no matter what. Your personal issues, your personal grievances, your personal stuff should never have come in that game. And I told you, he'll lose his job if he don't do what he's supposed to do. Because 2 coach of the years, 3 years ago, won't help you today. It's what have you done for me lately? And you haven't won coach of the year. And the teams you won coach of the year with was more talented than this team. So, you're not going to be able to stand on that. You gambled. Is what Stefanski did. He gambled on what he wanted, and he was willing to fall on the sword for it. The sword kind of hurts, but the good thing is he's gonna get a job. He probably already got a job. It wasn't no mystery. He was gonna have a job because a lot of teams is gonna hire him for that Coach of the Year cachet, and he might go somewhere else and do, this might be fire in his soul. You know how when somebody deny you or say you can't, like the 5th round pick kind of crap, letting him go might light a fire under him and make him say, I'm going to prove that they shouldn't have let me go, and he might win there. I don't think so. A winner's a winner. Winners don't lose when they want to. It doesn't work. You ever seen Michael Jordan lose a game just because he didn't want to win it? Yeah, I'm just saying Michael Jordan, but because everybody knows him. But that's how athletes, especially winning athletes, that's how they are. They cannot turn it off. They can't. Somebody tell you, yeah, I just lost because he's lying. He's lying through his teeth. You can't just turn it off. You can slow down a little bit. But somebody will say something that will trigger you. And the minute they do, you'll show up. This is just the way it is. So, he can't, I don't think he's going to go somewhere else unless he gets fortunate. He might get lucky and get to a team that's loaded, because the Giants got a pretty good team. And they could use a coach like that. And they got Jackson Dart, although Jackson Dart, the Giants is talking about moving on from him. That's just what I saw. I don't know how true that is. I've seen it out there, a couple people talking about it, but, he looked pretty good today. So if was that him playing? I just saw the score. I didn't see who the quarterback was. I would think it was him. That said, the question now is, what team should he go to? What team will he go to? I mean, if he winds up somewhere like, I used to have I tell you who really could use him, but they're not going to touch him, and that's Minnesota. I don't have a lot of faith in Shotty. I'm sorry, but I don't. And I think he would probably be a better fit in Minnesota than Shotty would. But I could be wrong. We'll see. I mean, time will tell. That said, it'll be interesting to see what they say next on who will pick him up. Now, he's not fired. He's not gone. But when Shefty puts it out there, it ain't far. He ain't far. Matter of fact, I venture to say when Shefty put it out there, somebody done told him it's a done deal. Because he's almost never wrong. He's been wrong a couple times, but not in this way. So there's been rumors. A few faces been shown on who the Browns are going to go with to coach next. Be nice if they can get a quarterback whisperer to help the quarterback side, but they got 11 draft picks, so I tell you what, 5 of those, if it was me, 5 or 6 of them would be for the line. That line can't block. They can't block anything. They're Swiss cheese. The 5 blind mice. I'd get rid of every single one of them. I mean, there's one. There's one that was. I think it was the center. The starting center, that guy was legit. But the rest of them, they're no good. But they did just pick up a guy. And then their draft picks. They got 11 draft picks. They can get whatever they want. They can even get a quarterback. But they got a third rounder sitting there. So I don't know if they would do that. I don't know why they would. But the sack record is broken. You probably already heard. By none other. Can you imagine if this team had a high-powered offense forcing other teams to pass? How many sacks this dude would have? He'd probably have 35. Because just watching him, the way he reminds me of Reggie White. That's what he reminds me of. He doesn't have that arm bar to just throw people across the line. But when he comes around that corner, man, there's not very many people can hold him off. So the question still remains, who will Andrew Berry go for now that he's at the top spot and he calls all the shots? Who is he going to go for a coach? Who is he going to go for with those draft picks? That is going to be interesting because that's going to be the $1 million question, because here's why. They're going into a new stadium, and you want to go in a new stadium on a high note so you can pack it. And they have the right stuff in place to do that. So, again, lastly, this is not about Stefanski personally. I can point out things you do wrong or things you don't do well without having a problem with the person themselves. And I think all of us should be able to do that. Did I like the job he did? No, absolutely not. And I don't believe he's a great coach, because great coaches don't just coach mediocre when they want to. However, I think he's a good enough coach. I think he can be in the league. I think he he has an opportunity to show that he's way better than we thought, or I thought, which is welcome. I wouldn't care if he went to Miami and just coached them to the playoffs. I'd be happy for him. I don't have anything personal, but he was being personal. And he wasn't doing his job at a time when he's supposed to do his job. Your personal stuff should never come in the game. But we already said that. So that'll be it for this video. Wednesday, we'll talk about Michael Irvin losing his mind and taking belt to ass on that Ohio State jersey. Oh my goodness, Michael Irvin is something else. So until next time, I just want to let you know this sports story has been spun. Take care.